His comments came as they're looking whether or not to authorize this Section 702 of the FISA, right? This has been, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. This has been highly debated before. What does that mean, and what do we expect to happen?
One of the reasons why the FBI director is so concerned about the threat level is because this is about to expire. It's a tool that the FBI can use effectively to spy on foreign terror groups.
But Aaron, there is a flip side to this, right? And some people would say this is politically motivated, but it seems like both sides of the aisle feel that this could infringe on Fourth Amendment rights, right?
There's always a concern of FBI overreach here, that the tool is being used in ways that maybe it shouldn't be used. Director Wray would say that the FBI follows the law and is looking to reauthorize a program that it has used successfully in the past.
But they're also just saying, okay, but just get a warrant first.
They would like a warrant first, and they have to get a judge to sign off. This isn't like they can just go willy-nilly tapping everybody's phone.
Yeah.
But they do need this authorization renewed.
It has been a concern that has been shared throughout multiple FBI directors, too. I mean, this was an act that went into effect after 9/11. We'll see how it shakes out and whether or not that moves forward.
The House approved a defense spending bill. Some provisions supported by conservative members were taken out of that final bill, though. The final vote, 310 yeas and 118 nays. More Democrats voted in favor of the bill than Republicans. The $886 billion National Defense Authorization Act now heads to President Biden for his signature.
I would note that even if Section 702 lapses in the end of December, the intelligence community will remain able to conduct 702 collection and queries until April 11th, 2024. And by the way, that's just even setting aside Article 1 authority, which the President of the United States can go exercise, but under the current FISA certification. Number two, if the NDAA is passed with a FISA extension, as I said before, to April 19th, 2024, it will enable the Biden administration to seek another year-long certification, which would kick it until April of 2025. Both of those points have been independently corroborated by CRS attorneys as recently as August of this year and by Trump administration attorneys under similar circumstances as reported in the New York Times in 2017, an article that laid that out in the New York Times.
I regret that I rise in opposition to this NDAA because there is a great deal of good in it, but only in Washington must we bring a bill to the floor so that we are able to militarily confront China while at the same time embracing the policies that make the United States more like China. There is no desire on the part of our great armed services chairman and even the Democrats we worked with to have an extension of spying authorities put in this bill when we have already seen those authorities just totally abused. 278,000 violations of the existing law as the FBI has queried information regarding Americans. When the Obama-appointed Inspector General was reviewing whether or not the administration was complying with existing law, they found out we were breaking the law 38 times an hour to extend the authorities for spying that were being violated so that people at the FBI could do queries on their neighbors, their co-workers, their ex-lovers. That does not belong in the National Defense Authorization Act.
Thomas Massey, welcome to the program, sir. How are you?
Well, I've been better. I'm a little bit out of breath. I just ran from that vote that just threw away the Fourth Amendment to our Constitution. They passed the extension of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act.
Oh, my God.
Of course, it's been used to spy on Americans, so it's misnamed. But
was it even close?
It was close in a way. We only needed 1/3 of the House to vote against it to stop it. See, I sit on the Rules Committee. Chip Roy sits on the Rules Committee. Ralph Norman sits on the Rules Committee. We have a blocking position, and we said you're not going to mash this thing together with the funding for our military and put it on the floor. That's the swamp way of doing things, and we're done with that. So instead of bringing the bill through the Rules Committee, as most bills go, they brought it on the floor without going through the Rules Committee by suspending the rules.
Jeez.
Now, they can do that, but then they have to get a 2/3 majority vote. So we needed 140 votes roughly out of the people who were present to stop it. We got 118.
118. I would assume most of them Republicans, but I hear there were some Democrats that were against this as well.
Yeah, we had 73 Republicans vote against this, and 45 Democrats vote against it.
Listen to this, America. Just 76, did you say? Republicans.
Republicans. Yeah.
That is insanity. What are these people thinking?
Well, Glenn, they put you in a skiff here, one of these secret rooms without your phone, and they try to convince you the world's going to end if you don't allow them to reauthorize this. But that's a false choice. We passed a reform to this that would require the government to get a warrant out of Jim Jordan's Judiciary Committee, another committee that Chip Roy and I sit on. And the Speaker, instead of bringing it to the floor as a standalone bill, brought this horrible thing that, as you said in your intro, we already know they've admitted they've used it illegally on 250,000 times on Americans. They brought this same program back to the floor, and they say it's a 4-month reauthorization. But as Mike Lee, who's read the bill, points out, it may be more than a year reauthorization because they'll just reset the clock in January.
Can you give me any hope for the Republic?
People ask me, is there any hope? I say I am here on the 5% chance that we can fix it, and on the 30% chance that it all goes to hell, and I live through that, and I can be here to try to put it back together.